Hey guys, today I'm going to be recreating Kylie Jenner's makeup look. I fell in love with this makeup look and I just had to recreate it. We're going to get straight into this. I'll have all the products for you listed and linked below in the description. I'm just so obsessed with her glam here. It's very minimal but still giving glam and she looks absolutely stunning. So of course I had to recreate it. I'm a bit late, but it's better late than never, and I just fell in love with it. Everywhere from complexion to lips to the glow. Amazing. So let's get into it. You have on a little black strapless top to kind of recreate the whole vibe that she was going for. I'm going to put the makeup tutorial portion in a voiceover form. I have not done that in such a long time. I just want to get ready. So I'm first starting off with pinning back my hair. I am starting out with the skin first. I fell in love, like I said, with this photo. Her skin is just epic. So I'm starting off with the Dalba First Spray Serum. This is going to give some hydration, some glow to the skin. I absolutely adore this, so I just missed it everywhere. Then I'm going to go in with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And this is a primer and moisturizer all in one. It's super hydrating as well, so it keeps the skin really locked in with moisture. And I like to use that first. Of course, keeping the lips hydrated, I'm going with the Lawless Forget the Filler Overnight Lip Mask, and this is the Cherry Vanilla. It is pretty much a clear gloss, but it plumps the lips. Using some clear brow gel from Essence, gonna just fluff up the brows. She should have more fluffy brows, so I'm mimicking that. And then for the base, we're going in with the NARS Natural Radiance and my Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, mixing them together just because I love the finish of both, and I couldn't decide. Her skin looks really flawless, so I wanted to have that flawless looking base. So I'm applying it all over the skin and blending it out. And I like to apply it first with a flat top brush. So this one from Lancome is one of my faves. Just applying it so we have a nice even layer, and it's pretty thin actually. And then I go in with a separate brush to blend everything out so it all meshes into the skin really nicely and it's all even. But using a brush prior really, I feel like, just helps get it on super evenly, but also thin coverage, but coverage, you know? You don't want to have a lot of foundation all at once, so I like to start out very slow and then blend it in. This one's the BK Beauty 101 brush, and then I go in with the It Cosmetics brush as well because I was being extra, but I love both and it blended out so flawless. I feel like her makeup was very skin focused and minimal glam, but definitely glam, which I'm all for. Like, I love that look. You guys know that. So chiseled the cheeks now. I'm going in with the Rare Beauty bronzing stick in the shade Happy Soul. It's the most perfect tone to chisel but also bronze at the same time. Into my cheekbone area, a little bit on my forehead and temples, and a little bit by my jawline and nose as well. And blend all that out. I always blend in an upwards motion. You never want to blend this down because that kind of defeats the purpose of applying the bronzer to give a little bit of that chiseled look, but also that bronze tone you want to have in those highest points of the cheeks. So really lifting and a little bit of warmth to the skin. So I'm blending it out with this Luxe Unfiltered Stippling Brush, one of my favorites. It is beautiful. Like, look how seamless that melts into the skin. I'm telling you, complexion and base makeup is my all-time favorites. Like, the way that this just blends in together and plays so nicely together, it makes me so happy. I feel like she had more of a toned down blush for this look, so I'm taking the shade Secret Lover from NARS. This is their new liquid blush. It is perfect because it melts into the skin, blends in so effortlessly with your cream products, and it just looks like your skin. Watermelon-y pink shade, not super bright, but does the trick. So I'm using this Refi stippling brush to blend that in, and it kind of mimics what she had going. Then taking my two favorite concealers right now, the Haus Labs concealer as well as the Kylie Cosmetics concealer, and I'm going to pop that into my under eyes as well as lifting the face on the side of the eyes, my forehead, a little bit on my cupid's bow, my chin, and a little bit by the sides of my mouth to really lift the face. So I'm using the Haus Labs a little bit more over there, and then the Kylie Cosmetics in the middle as well. And then blending all of this in the exact order that I placed it, like keeping the product in the spot that I placed it, just so we have the coverage, we also have the lifting, and it's just all great. I'm using the Kylie Cosmetics brush to do so as well. It's more of like a triangle shape, so it's really fitting under the eyes perfect, and keeping that shape that we placed the concealer in, like, amazing. Blending it in and stamping motions, and it just, everything blends so nicely together. I'm telling you, the more you focus on the skin and hydration prior is so key. The YSL Halo Tint Highlighter is a liquid illuminator. I'm going to apply that right now while we have our cream products on before I go ahead and set, and I'm just taking a little bit on my fingers and blending it into my skin with my fingertips, and it is the most beautiful liquid highlighter. Melts right into the skin but gives you that really pretty radiance without being too much. And definitely in the photos that I saw of Kylie with this look, she didn't have a crazy blinding highlight, but she also had one that looked like it was coming from within. It's looking really healthy, radiant, and glowy, but not over the top, and really just focusing on the high points of the cheekbones as well as the nose and forehead. Taking Hailey's Beauty eyeshadow palette, these are all matte shades. I'm going in with the first one, which is a beautiful bone shade. I'm just blanking out the entire eyelid space. She definitely had more of a subtle eye going on, a little bit deep, but more so natural. So I'm just gonna kind of get an even canvas going, and then I'm gonna go in with that brown shade, which is matte as well, and pop that all over the lid and just kind of use it in stamping motions just to get a little bit of a warmth on the lid, and we'll go in with some shimmer after. To set the under eyes and the face now, heading back into the skin, I'm going with the Huda Beauty setting powder. This is in the shade Cupcake. It's a beautiful light pink shade, and I'm taking it on the Sephora Velour Puff, one of my favorite ways to do so. Tapping off any excess and applying it right underneath my eyes. Now this is going to help brighten because it's a light pink shade, but it's also going to help obviously set and keep you super mattified, super airbrushed in those areas. We'll bring some more hydration back later on with a mist. I'm just going to go ahead and set the entire skin with this and then blend it away. Taking the Give Beauty bronzer in the shade Toastin', one of my favorites. I'm gonna warm back up the skin now on the sides of my cheeks, a little bit into my temples, and kind of more so in the cheek area as well. I feel like applying this shade more to like the cheek area is really pretty because it's giving a little bit of that warmth and it's not overpowering in any way. It doesn't look too orange or too like cool tone. I think it's just perfect. So I love applying it into the areas where I naturally would just bronze, but also keeping it on my cheeks as well. And then of course going to want to cut that bronzer and contour just a little bit with powder just so it's a little more chiseled. She does have a little bit more of a chisel defined look on the jaw and underneath, so just want to add that a little bit. Go ahead and bronze up the nose a little and contour it up with the Benefit Hoola bronzer as well as the jawline to define it. Taking the brown eyeliner from Nova Beauty, I'm going to apply that into my inner waterline and a little bit on the lower area. One of my favorite little tricks to add a little bit more radiance and glow to the skin, especially the higher points of my cheekbones, is to use the Dalba Double Serum Multi Balm. Now this is basically just an all-in-one balm that gives the glow back to the skin. It's in a stick form and I just tap it on those areas and boom, instantly more glowy. Now I'm going to go in with the Dior highlighter and apply that deepest shade to my eyelids because she does have more of a deeper eyelid and it is a little bit more shimmer, so I'm going to apply it there as well as adding the lighter highlighter shade to the rest of my face in those higher areas just to kind of give a little bit more radiance on top of that balm. Just quickly curling out my lashes with the Shiseido lash curler. Then moving into lips, I'm taking the Kylie Cosmetics new lip liners, which are incredible. Pigment, chef's kiss. Taking Cinnamon, first going ahead and outlining the lips, and then I'm going to take the shade Cappuccino and apply it as well, just kind of filling in the lips just a little bit. I absolutely adore these. The pigment is incredible, and she does have more of a deeper lip liner moment going on and then a lighter tone in the center, so I'm going to apply the Nova Beauty lipstick in the shade Tone in the middle and just kind of blot that on a little bit. It gives a really nice dimension, and then I'll be going in with my Chanel mascara. This is the Chanel No. 10 mascara. I love the way this looks, and she definitely had more of a subtle eyelash going on, so I'm just going to use my own, but feel free to use a falsie if you would like, and I'm just keeping a very minimal coat, but glam. Then applying Pat McGrath lip gloss in the center right over top of the shade Tone, just to pull a little bit more of a gloss, and that's in the shade Love Potion. Taking the Anastasia Glow Seeker highlighter and applying it all over the skin again, as well as my collarbones. She did have a really nice chest moment going on, so I'm also applying the Luxe Unfiltered little illuminator over here, and I'm just doing it to my collarbones as well as my shoulders, and just blending all that out for a nice glowy décolletage area. I also have on some gold chunky hoops, and that completes this look. Let me know what other celeb looks you guys would like to see from me, and that is all, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!